Hi, I'm Rodney Donahue, and today I'm going to talk about the first episode of Star Trek Picard Season 2. Now, I was not going to talk about this because I don't have anything good to say about it.
That particular ship has sailed.
And when I started making these videos, I told myself I wasn't going to make any videos about any of the new Star Trek stuff that I didn't like.
Oh, sorry. Captain, may I?
But for the last 3 days, my phone has just constantly inundated me with stories about people reviewing Picard and saying that it is good.
Hooch, I think.
And I want to attempt to dispel this from being the case for people that are actually going to watch Star Trek Picard. I am just going to talk about this episode. I'm not going to talk about Picard Season 1.
We've been touring the galaxy for over a year since the Federation ended the ban on synthetics, and in that time, I've learned one thing.
I'm not going to talk about the transition between Season 1 and Season 2. I am just going to focus on the issues that I had solely with this episode, Episode 1, The Stargazer.
And I want you to take over as Commandant of Starfleet Academy.
The Academy?
Why would Picard run Starfleet Academy?
The Academy?
I need you close.
Picard's mom, #MeToo. Picard's mom is the Borg queen that beams over, right? Is she going to say something stupid like, "That's why I always wanted to assimilate you," or "I love you too much to let you stay assimilated"? But it's his mom, right? That's why he stops and looks with wonder and amazement at her.
Look up. Look up.
Why is the Borg Queen in a sarcophagus that looks exactly like a cross between Screaming Octopus from Metal Gear Solid 4 and an Ethereal from XCOM?
Power.
Why do Picard and his housekeeper act like adolescents when they don't kiss?
Yeah, it's very late and...
Why does Picard drink like a sailor? Why are the writers desperate to let us know that they watched Star Trek III, The Search for Spock?
Cadet Maxwell Nagata, assignment The Grissom.
Authorization. Picard 000, destruct 0.
Why does Picard initiate the self-destruct on Rio's ship?
Computer, activate auto-destruct sequence.
Could you imagine any of the admirals from Star Trek The Next Generation coming in and setting the self-destruct on the Enterprise?
You command the Enterprise while I remain in command of the overall mission.
Admiral, I don't think that we can risk...
I've made my decision. Prepare to take the Enterprise in, Captain. That's an order.
Admiral, if this passage narrows to less than 500 meters, I will abort the mission.
Also, why does it only take one person to authorize the self-destruct on this brand new Starfleet vessel?
You always talk about love as if you ever took it seriously.
Why does Guinan care about Picard's love life now?
And what happened in there that you and I have never talked about?
Why does Picard care about Picard's love life now?
It's not as if I haven't loved before.
Why isn't Season 2 of Picard just called Tapestry 2? Wasn't the episode Tapestry, as Q says at the end of this episode, the road not traveled?
Welcome to the very end of the road not taken.
Isn't that what Tapestry was? Isn't this just another variation on Tapestry, the road not traveled?
You've been talking a lot about second chances.
Isn't this just another variation on Tapestry, the road not traveled?
I gave you something most mortals never experience. A second chance at life.
With you pushing a century and me pushing several, I don't really think at our age we should be reserving anything.
Why are Guinan and Q patronizing Picard's age?
I noticed that humans don't like to be reminded of their mortality, so I try to keep up.
Shouldn't they have called the episode The Star Geezer?
You're a bit older than I imagined.
Why even have these awkward moments?
Let me catch up. There.
Why even make these weird comments?
Now we're even.
Why did the writers, the producers, and the director of this episode steal the climax from Galaxy Quest and make the opening and the climax look exactly like it? Why did they show the climax at the beginning of the episode? We get to it in this episode. If the climax of this episode was in an episode later, maybe episode 2 or 3, then it would make sense to open with this opening and lead to that later. But if it's in this episode, you don't need to show the climax of this episode at the beginning of this episode. It makes the climax anticlimactic. I guess I don't mind that Rios smokes on the bridge, but instead of a cigar, could he grab a hairbrush?
What do we do?
I don't know.
Why have a conference between officers where no one has ideas and nothing is decided?
I don't know.
These are just the issues that I have with the episode without even rewatching it. It's just awkward and boring and anticlimactic.